Hi, welcome to the Tryforce podcast, where we talk about video games, we talk about movies, anime now, apparently.
Yeah, we're fucking multimedia at this point.
That alone is going to get us copyright.
Watch the show.
No.
It's the Tryforce.
Now, I know that games are supposed to, like, teach us a message nowadays. You know, like, these narratively heavy games are supposed to drive a positive message or a cautionary tale, as it were. But a lot of these games nowadays are really, like, they're doing that. I get it. You know, they're warning us of climate change. They're warning us of, like, the human extinction experiment and theory and stuff like that. But
The dangers of artificial intelligence.
the dangers of artificial intelligence. However, they're making it too appealing. They're making the end game too appealing. Do you think that for a second I would not take the opportunity to go hunt robot giraffes in barbarian gear? What the fuck do you know about me? I would do that in a heartbeat.
Some robot dinosaurs.
Hell yeah. What are you talking about? That sounds awesome.
All of the former sections of society are nowhere to be seen. Sick. Sign me up.
Yes, exactly.
We're back to a barter economy, boys. Let's do it.
Become robot Vikings? What the fuck do you mean?
I'll have to agree with you there. I will have to agree with you there. That is true. That is true. Yeah, and I mean, there is no better description, and I think the game really sold itself with robot dinosaurs, but then just absolutely delivered the most insane narrative punch to my face I've received in the last maybe 10 years.
Oh my god, this is a heavy game. I love it, though.
Yeah, no, I have actually, I'm a new father recently of a PS5.
Okay, dude, you have to stop pausing after you say that.
I know.
You have to.
What, like the baby that I thought of last podcast, that I managed last podcast? I managed to do it in between this time. 9 months
You're
passed.
pregnant, but that's the third time this week.
So no, yeah, I've got the PS5, and it was the version that came with the new version of this game, which is Horizon Forbidden West, which is why we are talking about the original game and technically the first installment, Horizon Zero Dawn.
Yeah. I thought, I remember vividly, picture if you will. I have a story to tell actually about this game, a really nice one.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
So, I can just remember a time where you and I went to Domino's Pizza and ordered, count them, 8 pizzas. Then we went to Taco Bell and ordered 20 cheesy roll-ups.
Oh God, you're telling this story?
Yep, and we holed up in your basement and just plowed through Horizon Zero Dawn.
It was like 6 hours. Like
we ate like 2 of the pizzas.
It was outrageous.
And then we're what do we do with the rest of this?
Yeah, they're trying to finagle friends to pass it off on. Yeah, and it was like that. We just sat there, played the game on easy, just read the story crazy, and cried.
Yes. It was beautiful.
Oh man, it's a great game. It's an amazing game. It's a good one to play by yourself. It's a good thing to play in like just somebody playing, somebody watching, or you switch off or what have you. But there's so much to talk about it gameplay wise. There's so much to talk about it story wise, and there's just there's no more praise than I can give to a single player experience than Horizon Zero Dawn. It's so immersive.
Yeah, I mean, there wasn't really anything I disliked about it. Like there's like obviously stuff that could have been streamlined a little more, but like nothing that was too prominently not good about the game. Like it was either amazing or okay. Like
Sure.
That's amazing for a game.
Yeah. And especially in the game from like Guerrilla Studios, which was the studio that gave us Horizon Zero Dawn, who I had heard about them, but I hadn't really seen a whole lot of their work before this game. So I was pleased to be proven absolutely, stunned. And this story is a story of the future, as Colton said earlier. It was a story of like what's going to happen to humanity if X happens. So what we're actually going to do tonight is a different version than what you would experience if you played the game, which would start us off in the 2030s, which, Colton, I don't know if you're looking at the bottom right of your screen by any chance.
Oh, no.
2030 is less than 9 years away.
I just think of like in Big Hero 6 when Baymax sees something happening, he's just like, oh no.
Yeah, no. So let's launch into a cautionary tale of what's going to happen in like 5 years.
Oh, I hate this. This is probably in development as we speak.
There is a Ted Faro out there.
Oh God, his name is Jeff Bezos.
So we are. I don't know. It might rhyme with Melon Tusk.
Yeah, actually, yeah. Oh shit.
So we're going to be going through this thing chronologically, starting with the events that lead us to the start of the game, which will make a big deal out of when the game starts, I think, in order to kind of bring you back into it after all the backstory happens. So, do you want to get started, Colton? Do you want to take a look?
Without a doubt, I would love.
Would you like to focus up?
Oh yes, absolutely.
Nice. Thank you.
I can't wait for the AirPods triangles. I can't wait.
The eye angle, please. Eye angle.
I really hope that like they release a design like that, and everyone that's played this game just like flocks to the internet. Like, no.
Stop this. So we're gonna start off with global warming,
otherwise known as None Like It Hot.
Yeah. Wait, Futurama, yeah?
Yes.
I knew it. So global warming accelerates, causing multiple life-threatening disasters across the Earth. Refugees from these events are forced to leave their homes, which have been swallowed by the rising tides of the sea.
Yeah.
No. Whole countries are being lost to global warming, and the UK, home to an emergency refugee camp, loses control of its inhabitants who clash with a forceful government. The result is the death of thousands of people. Pretty bleak so far.
The British just love to revolt.
Do they? Do they? They sure like collecting revolutions for sure.
Like after a certain period, they're like, "Wow, we're the ones that suck. Like we're the ones that are oppressed. We need to."
Are we the baddies?
Absolutely.
Are we the baddies? So in 2040. A concerted global effort to fix things tries to combat the environment catastrophe. The world's top minds use green energy solutions and advanced robotics and AI to slow and even reverse the effects that global warming has had on the planet. And that introduces us to our, not main character, but we will see how maybe in the, the big twist, how this is, she is relevant. We have Dr. Elizabeth Sobek,
yes.
Which every time they don't say Elizabeth, my brain just goes, duh, like, it's Elizabeth. And you can bet on her, my friend. She is thank you. She is a genius. You did it for that one? I feel like I had a better one earlier. Did you have me earlier? I don't know. Not for the eye angle. I thought the eye angle was quite good.
I don't know. That was good. That was good. It's just like I like to sneak it in there sometimes.
It's good stuff. Dr. Sobek is a genius robotic specialist and is recruited by tech powerhouse Faro, Faro, not like the Egyptian king, Automated Solutions, reporting to head honcho Ted Faro. Like anyone whose name is just Ted.
Anyone. Fucking... There are no good Teds in the world. I just want to let you know that right now. Anyone named Ted, you know what? You gotta email us. Email
us, Ted.
Email us.
We just have a bunch of emails from not a bunch of Teds, but just one dude named Ted.
One super impassioned Ted.
She joins the company due to her passion and expertise in environmental robotics, hoping that she can use her know-how to help remedy some of the Earth's issues. Unfortunately, in 2048, our good friend, Mr. Ted Faro, decides, like, you know, a capitalist, that he can make more money by investing in automated military operations instead, which seems less than helpful at this time.
Literally the worst thing that you could do at any time ever. Like, the world is literally sinking, the world is burning, and he's just like, you know what's gonna fix it? Guns.
War.
Oh my god.
War.
Where have we seen that before?
Ridiculous, truly. Yeah, no, it's like almost the worst. Like, you almost did the worst thing you could possibly do here.
Yeah.
Eventually, Faro introduces a line of machines known as Chariot, and these robots are capable of laying down enforcement through various means. Violent means. These Chariot machines swarm, and the swarms operate as sort of hive minds. The three major models in the line all serve different purposes, ultimately meaning each swarm of machines is self-sustaining and can even be self-replicating if necessary.
Oh, that's not going to be a problem ever.
No. As an emergency measure, all three models can consume biomass. Just biomass. Just anything.
Biomass.
Just anything to refuel.
Oh,
just,
my
like, if you just
God.
fed it, if you took a garbage bag full of discarded jewel pods from 2019 and just threw it into this robot's mouth, it would just go, oh.
Oh. What what says peace? Like a hive mind scorpion drone that eats people. There's nothing that says peace quite like that.
Crucially, they also have absolutely no security measures in place.
Oh,
Ted.
No, Ted.
Theodore, sir. If anything were to go wrong, it would be nearly impossible to override the robots and shut them down.
Oh,
spooky.
My God, why? What's the loss of robotics? Isn't the first one like don't harm people? Like,
yeah, but if that's the only security you have on there, like, you gotta at least download McAfee, like, please.
Oh,
Jesus Christ!
Just put some NordVPN in there, you know, and just like, please,
straight up.
My God, no security measures. That means these things can be taken control of at any point and used for any reason. That is the worst.
Here we go. The Chariot machines are being sold to the remaining global superpowers to protect their countries and what few resources remain following all the damage dealt by a dying environment. This means that these robots end up spread across all corners of the Earth.
Oh, nothing wrong here.
Not at all. I mean, like, how do you make these decisions? You know, I sometimes see, like, the news, and I sometimes see some shit, and I'm just like, fucking how? Like, how did your brain connect these two things in order to do it? How did your brain say, you know what, we're going to do the worst possible thing we can do to humanity today?
You know what, man? It's, you know, they're just thinking about it as, I am not in the actual world proper. So whatever happens there does not apply to me. And also, even if it gets to my world, I will not be alive long enough to see that.
Unfortunately, you're right. Unfortunately, you're exactly right.
Yeah.
So, obviously, Sobek is appalled by Faro's movement into military robotics and resigns, forming her own successful environmental tech company called Miriam Technologies the following year in 2049. So, Sobek says, you're a piece of shit, I'm out, and tries to continue, you know, saving the Earth. So there's that. Faro's Chariot line of military bots continues to succeed, however, occupying the majority of Earth's armed forces. So ubiquitous are the machines that in 2052 the UK drops its human military altogether in favor of a fully automated army that could be taken out by a trip to 4chan. Like, are you kidding me? What are you doing? And hang on, this is my favorite plot point so far. In 2055, 3 years later, the USA does the same.
Of course they do, because in every bad decision in every global government in the world, the U.S. goes, write that down.
I'm going to say it again. I'll say it till I'm blue in the face. We are just Diet Britain. It's ridiculous.
We are.
Even in this world, we're just Diet Britain.
It's just the worst. It's like. It's almost like we're the same people, the same people that founded this stupid country or from that stupid country.
Ridiculous.
Oh.
Fast forward a couple years, I think I can't do math. It's 7 years. Fast forward to 2062, and one of the chariot swarms, Colton. You'll never guess.
Did they start their own floral business and start planting flowers?
That's option A. What do you think? What else can we do?
B, they opened an orphanage and they made a bunch of nanny bots.
Not bad.
Absolutely, just like giant metal scorpions with bonnets on. Just like
right,
it's really
adorable,
really
obviously.
Sweet and wholesome.
If I can hop in here for option C, real quick.
Yeah, what's option C?
Was the option C suddenly goes rogue? What do you think? A, B, or C?
I'm hoping for the nanny bots.
Unfortunately, you're incorrect. Yeah, sorry. Thank you for playing.
Oh, so it's the florists. Oh, that's even better.
Absolutely right. The chariot swarm begin a floral business that begins to sell baby's breath. Actually, a supposed glitch means that the company that owns the swarm loses control of the robots, and the machines are now operating independently.
Oh, that's less good.
Yeah, it goes rogue. Among the swarm is a Horus unit. Now, Horus obviously being an Egyptian god, which is capable of producing more machines for its swarm, a gigantic walking factory. Spooky dooky.
Awful. That is just terrible in every possible way. It's like it just gets worse with every sentence.
Right. You remember in those old school cartoons where there's a cookie factory making machine and they accidentally turn it up and it just shoots out more cookies than should be humanly possible?
Yes.
We're going to just imagine that with gigantic killer robots.
That's friendly.
Unfortunately, the Horus unit, now operating on its own, generates a vast number of robots. What is worse is that all these robots begin to use their capacity to refuel biomass, which means that refuel via biomass, which means that they are walking the planet, consuming whatever biological matter they can find, eventually including humans.
Oh, good. Because that was not the next logical step when you made a giant scorpion robot that can refuel on biomass. Oh, my God. And that is made to kill people and refuel on biomass. That was not... nowhere in the board of directors was like, hey, what if these fucking things start eating people? No one said that.
Nobody. They're like, I don't know, they'll just eat some hedgehogs or something. I don't know.
The meatballs of nature.
Brilliant.
Actually, nature's croutons, I should say. But
I don't know, some spiky croutons. I'd say you ever eat a banana without fully peeling it? Just scoop it out with a spoon?
Yeah. What? Who does that?
Me.
Why? They are made to be eaten. They are literally tailor-made to be peeled.
Nobody tells me what to do.
You know what? I'm one to talk. I'm the cold hot dog guy. I'm one to talk.
Yeah, the cold hot dog guy, yeah.
Yeah.
I really gotta throw it out to pushsquare.com, which is where we're currently getting our guide from. I'm gonna see if there's an author. Stefan Tailby, February 2022, for obviously Horizon Forbidden West, writing this for Push Square, has a great little line here. Dumbass of the century, Ted Faro, deduces that it may take decades to hack into the swarm and shut them all down, thanks to the impenetrable security protecting the chariot machines.
Wait, whoa, hold on, wait a minute. So
right.
they both
now
have no security. and impenetrable security.
No. Now that the swarm is operating on itself, they actually downloaded McAfee and everything else that they needed.
Oh my
because
god!
they're independently operating.
When they went rogue, they put antivirus in themselves.
Yes, exactly right. Yes, correct.
No.
Yeah. Unfortunately, in all that time, it will be too late to save humanity. In desperation, Ted Faro summons Elizabeth Sobek to help. She works out that at the rate things are happening, the human race has just 15 months before Earth is wiped clean of all life.
Yikes.
Not great. Yeah, no, that's like, that was, that would be like, oh, next what, like, Christmas from now?
God. Oh, yeah, no, yeah, that'd be like next Christmas.
Not the one coming up, the next one.
The following Christmas. My God.
Yeah. In the meantime, the wider world is starting to catch on that shit is fucked, actually. Like, imagine being, like, hang on, man. The current news cycle, kind of tough to deal with.
Yeah.
I would, a 15-month expiration date would probably be tough.
Yeah, that,
to listen.
A 15-month expiration date, knowing that there is a rampant, unquenchable horde of killer robots.
Unquenchable.
might do a little bit for the mental health. But yeah.
What a Monday. Oh my lord.
Oh my god.
In the meantime, the wider world is starting to catch on. The shit's going on. The rogue swarm of machines is referred to as the Faro Plague.
Good. Good.
I send my scourge. I send my sword. Thus saith the Lord. The Faro Plague, my boy. And the risk of word getting out about Ted Faro's catastrophic blunder is growing by the day. Elizabeth uses this to her advantage, knowing Faro wouldn't want to confess to all of this being his fault. She forces his company to fund Project Zero Dawn.
Yes, good. Very good.
Part of the name check here. So that's really, really cool. Zero Dawn. So, yeah, I mean, maybe the most avoidable apocalypse I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, without a doubt. All Ted Faro had to do was just not. He just had to not. He just had to, like, sit in his office and shut the fuck up for a few months. Like, that's all he had to do.
Cut the check, rich man. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, that's all he had to do. Or at least put security in the fucking robots.
Oh my god, it's like it's literally like big soldiers. I don't know if you've ever seen the film Small Soldiers, where they just put military chips in children's toys, but you literally are putting like a wind-up toy on a fucking tank.
It's so terrible. It's so terrible.
You're running dial-up on a tank.
I mean, like, I don't. The problem is, it probably had to go through like a board of directors too. Like, none of them sat there and went, perhaps lack of security is going to be a problem. Like, there's no way that a tech company doesn't have a cybersecurity analyst. Are you out of your mind?
Especially in like 2030,
Yeah.
Like, that's a hot job right now.
Walmart has a cybersecurity analyst. Come on.
Sure. Project Zero Dawn is not an effort to stop the swarm. Instead, it is a means by which humanity's future is assured, terraforming the ruined Earth, repopulating it with humans, and reviving the planet's resources following the eventual shutdown of the so-called Faro Plague. This means that everyone alive at the current time will die, but humankind will live on if Project Zero Dawn were to be successful.
That's
Colton,
so crazy.
I'm here to make you wise, or maybe the audience wise, to the existence of something that is a real thing. If you don't happen to know about it, there is a safe somewhere in the world that is full of all of the seeds of all of the plants of all of the world.
Yes, it's like it's something seed vault. I forgot what it is.
so that if some shit goes down, we have the ability to replant if the soil is arable, of course, you know. So it's kind of this idea. It's kind of like not. It reminds me of the phrase like, you know, a country grows great when old men plant seeds whose shade they know they will never stand in, or something like that.
Yes, you know? yes. I love that. I love that term. I love that quote.
Yeah. And I mean, this is like the idea. So once again, we're going to go over that again just so like the audience can follow. So they're going to terraform the Earth. They're going to repopulate with humans and revive the planet's resources. So those are the three big ones. And they have about 3 or so programs dedicated to each, because this scheme is led by the ultra-advanced AI Gaia.
Yup.
Who presides over 9 other AI entities named after the Greek deities. So let me just make sure I'm getting that correctly. But we've got Hephaestus, we have Artemis, we've got Poseidon, we have Eleuthia, we have Apollo, we have Hades, which will become relatively important. So I think that's about all of them. I believe I'm missing one.
There is a Zeus protocol, I think, too.
Could be. Let me just check and see.
Now, I just want to question something.
Please. Minerva and Aether and Demeter. Sorry.
You know Hades. You know about Hades. You know about him.
Familiar.
We all know about him. We know what we know what he do. We know what he's about. Why name one of the protocols after him?
Well, it was what the protocol was going to do, not so much.
Yeah.
Well, you know, yeah. So, we're going to get to that. But yeah, no, I mean, I'm a slut for Greek mythology.
I know.
So I loved the hell out of this.
Every single, like, crack in this game, I'm like, no wonder Z ate this shit up. Like, this is like, this was a game tailor-made to you.
Oh, absolutely. A redhead protagonist? What do you mean? I mean, come on. I was practically in the boardroom.
I don't think there was a game more you that I've ever seen, ever.
It's a fantastic game, so I'll call that a compliment and go on with my day. Thank you, man. That's really, really kind, actually. Thank you.
It's supposed to be one. I'm just like, yeah, no, this is. And then once the second one came out, I'm like, well, I know I'm not going to be seeing him for a few weeks.
And I played the DLC. I played the DLC too.
I know.
Oh my god. All right, so each one is responsible in one way or another for restoring Earth and its living population. So for all those 3 overarching things, one of them does. One to restore the atmosphere, that's Ether. One to clean the planet's waters, Poseidon. Some to reintroduce flora and fauna, Demeter. One to bring back the human race, Eleuthia, who is the goddess of motherhood. One to teach new humans about the past, Apollo. He's the god of wisdom, medicine, the sun, and fucking everything else. And so on. Artemis is actually the one to create new animals because she was the goddess of the hunts. So I really, really fucking loved that one to bring back. And Hephaestus produces the machines needed to do things like restore the Earth's atmosphere, land, and water. In other words, all of the animal-like robots that you encounter in the game.
Oh, it's so cool. I love a herd of machine animals. Like, they're so cool. Like, when you first play through the game, when you're actually like first as a playable character and you see those giant fucking like disc giraffes, like those
the tall necks.
I don't know, man.
I love the tall necks so much.
Tall necks, yeah, they're so fucking cool looking, man. And the scenery is so beautiful, and the machines look so cool.
They do. I'm torn on what my favorite machine is from like the base game, like the DLC, and like now that I'm playing Forbidden West, Colton, they have so many new ones, and they're all so awesome.
Oh, I would imagine.
God. I'm a big fan of the Snapmaws. Those are the crocodile ones.
Yeah.
Those are cool. Those are also in Forbidden West, and they're also annoying as hell. So, Gaia. So there's this like concerted effort to like save the Earth now. After it was like going to be saved, but then we decided to like shoot the planet in the foot for some reason.
Thanks, Ted.
Thank you, Ted.
Thank you,
Much
Ted.
obliged, you piece of capitalist garbage. You rot in hell with the rest of them.
Absolutely. Oh my god.
Okay. So, all of this is developed in a secret concealed facility populated only by Sobek, Faro, the staff recruited to develop the AI programs, and their loved ones. They're like, this is it. This is it. This is everybody and all the rest of y'all. Good luck. Run in a zigzag. I don't know what else to tell you. Like, you know? Get an EMF. Like, I don't know what to tell you. An EMP. Oh my lord. Like, that's it. Like, that's the only people that we're gonna save.
Yeah, for real. It's fucked, man.
A public-facing message called Project Enduring Victory, which sounds just a little bit too much like, like any sort of, like, U.S. military campaigns anywhere. Like,
yeah, where we're just like, yeah, we did it. And meanwhile, there's just scorched earth everywhere. It's just like, maybe we're the bad guys. Like,
yeah, enduring victory.
Enduring victory, as in this is going to keep happening.
They assure the remainder of the humanity that Zero Dawn will save them, but in truth, this was never the plan and is in fact untrue. In reality,
U.S. military lying?
to
Never. Never
the public?
Never in my life.
Never once. Cough, cough, Vietnam.
God.
In reality, Enduring Victory is a military operation with the sole purpose of delaying the Pharaoh robots so that Zero Dawn can be completed. The human race alive at this point in the story will perish, which leads us to what they call Zero Day in the lore.
Oh, yeah.
So at this point, Earth is fucked. If you're one of these scientists, like, what are you thinking? Like, what's in your head? Like, what are you doing right now? Like,
I mean, like, it sucks because then you're like, you gotta fix the world only to die.
Right. That's it.
That's so terrible. Like, that's such an awful thing. Like, there's a thing in when Aloy goes down into those ruins. There's a perfect callback to when she gets the focus and she can hear all the logs. There's that one scientist that's just like, yeah, calling this a celebration. The fucking party hats were a grim touch, like
straight up.
I remember that. I'm just like, it feels like Y2K-ish. You know what I mean?
A little bit, yeah.
And it's got to be really, I mean, this is such a terrible way to say it, but it's got to be really fucked to know that you're just working to die.
Sure. And not only that like you're like, I'd like to think I go to work and I give my all, I like to think that I do good work, but do I always do good work? No.
Of course.
If you told me that my lesson plans had to save the earth, I would do them. I'd put my whole everything into that. But I don't know if it would work. That's what I would hate. I would hate knowing I would die without knowing if I was right.
Yeah, that's true. That would be terrible. But you know what? It's one of those things where I feel like that can go by the wayside for now, because what's your other option?
No idea.
Like, it's just so crazy to think about that, where it's just like, okay, I'm going to die at the end of this, and I will never know if I was correct, but what the fuck else do I have to do?
Agreed. So let's talk Zero Day. Zero Day is the day estimated to be when Earth's living population will be eliminated, save for the aforementioned humans working on Zero Dawn. The staff's loved ones are sent to Elysium, another underground facility built to sustain them for the rest of their natural lives. Zero Dawn staff get the opportunity to join their families in Elysium on evacuation day, but the team leaders elect to stay on and continue work on the all-important but still yet not ready Project Zero Dawn, meaning, due to unfortunate circumstances, they will never see their loved ones again.
Oh my god.
After this point, the Faro plague swarm is running rampant across Earth, soaking up all of the planet's natural resources until not even the oxygen in the air remains. When there's nothing left, the robots entered a prolonged period of dormant stasis. Now, quite literally, the worst person in the world, Ted Faro, suggests installing a failsafe into Gaia in order to shut her down should things go wrong, as they did with the chariot machines. Reluctantly and stupidly, Elizabeth Sobek agrees.
Oh, no. Why? Well, after everything that's happened, why would you let him make any decisions?
Right. And I think that they made a point of making it a cutscene to explain it, but I was still like, you do this.
I just don't
get
it, because then Gaia can be fucking got. Like, right. Why would you do that?
True.
Why put the security in the good ones?
Yes, true. You literally put the security in all the ones you didn't need to put security in.
Oh my god.
Okay, this is a weird plot point. I'll be honest with you. I'm going to preface this one. It's a weird plot point. Fast forward a bit, and one of the doors in the Zero Dawn facility malfunctions, putting the project and the people working on it at risk as long as it stays open. The only way to close it and protect the people inside would be to shut it manually from the outside, which is a very serious design flaw, as the author notes here. As the leading staff debate on who should be the one to do the deed, Sobek takes it upon herself to slip on a protective suit, head outside, and close the seal. After telling the team what she's done, she heads back into what remains of her childhood home and dies.
Oh my god.
So we lose Elizabeth Sobek, the woman who saved the world, in essence.
And left it in the hands of Theodore Fuckhead. Of course he's got to be the last one, right? Obviously.
No, not only that, he manages one last just flash of the balls as he leaves our little narrative here. This section of the recap has been titled by the author as Faro Loses It. So
yeah, really? Oh my god!
I'll do a DBZ real quick. Faro loses it.
Oh, I hate it.
He manages to fuck up again.
In a completely fucked world, a man can't stop fucking.
Ted Faro is only now, a very unstable human being.
Yeah.
Only now, though. Only now. Ted Faro is now a very unstable human being, racked with guilt about what has happened and determined to right his wrongs. He determines that a new human race will be better off not knowing about what came before.
Incorrect!
I couldn't hate that decision more. As a lover of history, I couldn't disagree more.
That is literally not why he said that. It's just because, I gotta wipe it. I fucked up. I can't let other people know I fucked up.
He reasons that teaching them about humanity's mistakes and filling their heads with information will only lead to more failures. Somebody should have filled your head with some more fucking information, yes! My boy.
Oh my god! God.
Ted Faro is literally that dude in, I don't know if you remember the commercials. They used to get commercials. What am I, fucking 80 years old? The ads that would come on YouTube videos where he was just like, out here in my garage, just bought this new Lamborghini
yes!
here. It's literally what I imagined Ted Faro to be.
Ruining the world and stroking my weenie.
Literally. His
in my new Lamborghini.
Awful. Rapper. He thinks it will be better for them to go it alone and figure things out for themselves in a new world.
This is what happens when you let crypto bros have power in any perspective anyway.
Actually. I mean, I can see where that would be an idea. However, this next move really makes that decision for that reason, maybe, even in context, one of his dumbest. To this end, Ted Faro gains security clearance to the Apollo AI's archive, the one intended to teach future humans about the past, and deletes it.
Oh, Ted Faro. Oh, Theodore.
Stupid motherfucker. I hate this man with all that I am. I don't know why.
Like, this is potentially the worst human being ever conceived.
Right. And the thing is, I've complained like multiple times about video games that like force you to learn the story like through reading like little like tidbits of back lore. Like, and I've always disliked that. Oh, even like in Halo, I'm like, don't care about this, let me shoot things. You know, like, even though that's like awesome lore that I learned later, I just ignore it. But this game, I was like, everything.
There's nothing left because of this dickhead.
Yeah, and like you guys think we might be having strong reactions, but like you don't learn this until you're a good degree through the game. We're doing this again in chronological order of the way it happens, not how the game begins. We're gonna get to that in a little bit. So we're approaching there.
God, but I was watching this today. I was watching through some of the cutscenes, and I just like I can see so many people in our government that are this person. You know, that they are just the kind of, let me fuck everything up, kill everybody, pretend I'm trying to fix it, and then erase any trace that I did this.
Stupid cocksucker, bro. Like I hate him.
And let me mask it as an altruistic, humanity can't see our mistakes because they'll go on the same path. No, own up to your goddamn mistakes. You know?
Oh yeah.
Be an example of what not to do. That's what's going to stop humanity from doing this shit again.
Straight up. Exactly right. And like you'll see through the game that it changes, but it doesn't. Like it's such a big part of the game too. And one last flip, Ted Faro like flipping every person in the world off as he exits humanity. Ted Faro calls the remaining staff members into a room, confesses what he's done over a hologram call, and then drains their room of oxygen, killing them all.
Yeah, what a great guy. What a great fucking dude.
Jackass. Now Gaia and the other AI programs are alone. Humanity is extinct. As the author writes, we are done.
Oh, God. Yeah, this person, our version of Ted Faro, is probably alive right now.
True. So, Minerva, the AI code working on the code to shut down the robo-swarm, finally cracks it after 50 fucking years of deciphering it.
Wow. My God.
I mean, I just gotta be impressed by that. Like, just for like, after that one moment, there was nothing for 50 years. Like, just stillness and robots, and that's it.
It's awful. I mean, it's probably what's going to happen. Like, my Lord.
I mean, it starts with drones, and then you've got robot giraffes, you know?
Absolutely. You know what? I would love a robot giraffe. Let me at least see it before it kills me. You know, I just want to see it.
Following this, the code is broadcast from huge towers, and the robots are all deactivated. Following this, the fellow AIs take roughly 200 years to make the planet habitable again and repopulate it with flora and fauna.
My God.
200
years. And you know what's
250 years.
You know what's even more fucking crazy is that in that time there was no biomass on the planet. None at all. Mm-hmm. So that means everybody that had died was just chilling out, not decomposing, just
pretty much
there. Like turning into stone. Like that's
crazy.
So fucking scary. Like
it's not
200 years of walking robots and dead people. No.
This begins the process of reintroducing humans to the biosphere, with the AI program Eleuthia producing brand new little baby people raised by automatons equipped to feed and nurture them. These machines teach the children up to a point, but with Apollo's archive of all human knowledge destroyed, this batch of humans grows up knowing absolutely nothing. Eventually, the humans deplete the facility of its food supplies in their adolescence, and the AI forces them out into the wider world to fend for themselves. These people lack any knowledge of humanity's past, and so they venture out into the wider world and have to figure out how to survive. Fortunately, they learn to hunt food and fashion basic clothing, and eventually split off into various tribes. You will run into most of these during Horizon Zero Dawn. As you will find out, our main protagonist, Aloy, who I promise we're getting to out there, folks. We're almost an hour in, and we haven't even mentioned the main character.
I know.
Is going to be born into the Nora tribe, which is one of our last pieces of information before Aloy joins us. In 3020, Gaia receives a mysterious signal that robs her of her control over all the AIs serving under her. Apollo, Poseidon, and all of the rest. This includes Hades, an AI program that destroys all living things in order to start Zero Dawn all over again, if needs be.
So Hades just basically woke up and said, nah, we're not doing this again.
Control-Alt-Delete. We're just going to run it back.
Fucking hell, man. I guess because, didn't it come to reason that if humanity is still alive, then, obviously this shit's still happening, so Hades woke back up once humans were back out on the field, I guess?
Pretty much. But it's all about this mysterious signal. This mysterious signal robs Gaia of her control over all of the other AIs, which is huge. And it forms a good majority of the basis for Forbidden West as well. So that's important. All 9 AIs are now free and have sentience, and quickly things spiral.
Yes,
I would say,
as they would.
More so than they have been. To further its goal of destroying life on Earth, Hades wants to control the terraforming programs to kill everything off, which means, the robots. Gaia, however, has other ideas, and instead just fucking blows up the Zero Dawn facility, sacrificing herself and any potentially dangerous technology so that Hades cannot use it. Hades creates its own virus that frees it from Gaia, which also frees the other AIs, all of which disperse.
Oh my
Hades,
god.
Yeah, fucking Hades, man. So, Hades, was this kind of, trump card that they were meant to, have on hand in case they needed to. You know what? I bet Hades was fucking Ted's idea. Now that I'm thinking about it, it's probably Ted's idea.
Without a doubt. Are you kidding me? An AI that can wrest control from Gaia at any point? The one made by Sobek? Yeah, absolutely.
Hashtag fuck Ted Faro.
When it wasn't going enough of Ted's way, he was like, oh, Hades, let's take control of that shit. Yeah, absolutely. Fuck him.
Stupid. Hades puts out a signal to attract someone to help it in its plan. And a man named Silence will answer the call. He will be important later.
Yes, he will. Oh, Silence, how I wanted to love you.
Oh, man, Colton, we are here at it at the beginning of the video game.
Welcome to the Tryforce podcast, everybody.
Tryforce.
Watch the show.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do the whole thing. Let's do the DLC. We're going to be here. You got anywhere to be? I don't got nowhere to be. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Let's fucking do it. All right. So, we're going to start off with Rost, Aloy, and the Nora tribe. So, the Nora tribe is one of the 3 tribes, really, that are the 4 tribes that are the main ones in Horizon. We've got the Nora, the Oseram, the Karja, and the Banuk. Those are the big 4. So the Nora tribe is very kind of Viking-y almost. There's a mix of Viking kind of woodland people, I'm not trying to give it to any particular culture, but it's very much living off the land. Any peoples that are living out in the woods.
Yeah, nomadic tribal people.
Absolutely. Good one. The Nora tribe is one that values family and loyalty above all else, and their society is built around what they call the All-Mother. In fact, the All-Mother is actually just the sealed door to one of the Zero Dawn facilities where a new race of humans were created. The Noras do not know any of this. They just worship it as a goddess. Little do they know that the super AI Gaia, before sacrificing herself, hatches a last-ditch plan to save life on Earth from Hades and its drive to destroy. She instructs the aforementioned Kratos AI to clone Elizabeth Sobek.
Oh, baby.
This is the Marvel approach. Just make a fucking clone. Make it happen.
I mean, think about it. She's the one that saved the world the first time.
Right. Sure. And, would sacrifice herself for the greater good.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
And, if it wasn't for Ted fucking Faro, the world would have been fine, and she would have been heading that project.
Ted fucking Faro is the name of this episode.
Ted fucking Faro.
Yeah. Because it says everything you need to know about this man.
It's just fuck him in every that movie where they have Hitler in hell with he has to pull a pineapple out of his ass every 30 minutes. Yeah.
Little Nicky. Hilarious.
I really hope that's happening to him. You know what I mean? And the pineapple's lined with cheese graters. I really hope.
Woo! That is visceral. Theoretically, this would introduce a person with the smarts to figure things out, and who is also capable of accessing all of the old Zero Dawn facilities because her DNA would match that of the long deceased scientist. She's got the fingerprints, she's got the retinal scan, she's got the everything. She's got it all.
She can get into all the facilities, everything that she needs to get into.
Mm-hmm. Access the technology.
Yeah, and just it's so cool. It's really, really cool that they have that option. And just make sure to find every DNA copy of Ted Faro and throw it into a volcano.
Murder it. The clone is born, and the newborn baby is placed just outside of the facility door. The Nora find this child and decide to put a Nora warrior by the name of Rost in charge of raising her. Rost is what's known to the Nora tribe as an outcast. He left the borders of the Nora's land and is basically dead to everyone in the tribe.
That's
why? Why? It doesn't make any sense.
I never understood that. As much as I love old tribal culture, I never understood that part. Never.
Yeah, that one's a little weird. One's a little odd.
I guess it's a you could be sharing our secrets with other tribes.
This is like me driving to your house and then my father saying, "Get the fuck out." What?
Dad, we just had some Dominoes and just no, leave.
But Daddy, I love him.
You could be sharing my steak recipes with him.
Exactly. Rost names the baby Aloy, who is an outcast by association with Rost. So that is all of the explanation of the backstory. So now we can begin as it happens in the game itself.
Wow, now this is what happens when you put the disc in.
Yeah, really, for real. An hour in. Yeah. Sorry,
that's all good.
Ross successfully raises Aloy as his adopted daughter, and she proves to be tenacious and headstrong. As a young girl, she discovers that the Nora tribe have dubbed her an outcast, and is too young to really understand what the fuck that even means. So she feels intensely betrayed by it.
Yeah, and you know what? As much as I love Rost, I really do. He should have kind of just explained what that meant to her. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I love him. Great dad. Great dad, I will say.
Awesome character.
But at the same time, something that always irked me as a child, children are human beings. They are capable of understanding things. If they don't, whatever. But you have to give him a chance to understand.
Yeah, true. And you have to I'm sure he doesn't want to let it define her or whatever, but you have to do something.
Yeah, she's just gonna grow up angry and resentful and no, don't do that. You have an opportunity to say, hey, look, I made a decision. You were found here. You were found at this place. We don't know where the fuck you came from, but according to our tribe's rules, that makes us outcasts. That's what that is.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah.
that would at least make her not as angry for a little bit, then we would still have the same track of events had that happen, because then what we find out later is, I don't know, Ross is like, I don't know what the fuck happened. I don't know who you are. I don't know where the fuck you came from. All I was told was this, this, and this. And then she's like, oh, who knows? Oh, these guys. Oh, let's go find them. Same fucking thing would have happened. She would just be less angry and less hurt.
Right. And here's another layer. More than that, the people are uncertain as to whether she should be trusted or not, given that she was not born into the tribe, but merely found at the foot of the so-called All-Mother. Wouldn't you, immediately reach for, a chosen one situation there?
The foot of your literal fucking god?
Unannounced? What? No, stupid. On the Nora's half, not great. Anyway, after an incident...
Yeah, I think that's just a call to religion as a whole. That, maybe it's not very sound, but whatever.
Correct. After an incident sees Aloy run away in anger, she falls into a hole, stumbling upon some now ancient technology. On the temple, not like a temple, like a building, like the part of your head. On the temple of a corpse, she finds a focus, a small triangular device that projects images and interacts with technology. Really cool. Yeah. Such a cool, there's always, key items in games, like the Sheikah Slate in, Breath of the Wild, for example, is just, an example. Focus, really cool.
This is a wearable...
Sleek, tiny...
It's a wearable Sheikah Slate. This is what Google Glass was supposed to be.
It's tech from the age of the Old Ones, which is the name that this new race of humans has given to the people who existed before Zero Day, the Old One. We're not talking about Cthulhu. We're talking about just the people who are, 250 years old dead at this point.
Oh, yeah.
A long time. 200 years ago. I mean, jeez.
Yeah.
How were things in 1822?
200 years ago, we were in the golden age of pirates. That's...
Avast, you mateys. Raise the top sails. God, I want to be a pirate so bad.
I know, man. Listen, you know what? Georgia was a terrible place back in the 1800s. And currently. But it's totally fine.
Rost reluctantly lets Aloy keep the device and tells her about the proving, a Nora rite of passage that sees those who succeed becomes braves or warriors. The winner of the proving is rewarded with a request of the High Matriarchs, the leaders of the Nora. Aloy decides that she would like to know more about her origins and, lack of a mother, and commits to training for the proving with his goal in mind. Aloy comes of age and is not only very physically capable, but also super intelligent, as she has been learning about the Old Ones using the focus. So now there's that's the montage, where we see her grow up into teenaged Aloy,
yes.
The one that we take control of in the game.
Well, we play as kid Aloy for a little bit.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
great level, amazing, so much fun, so adorable. As it happens, Aloy meets Oland, a member of the Oseram tribe who have his own focus. As it happens, Oland is a reluctant spy, and through his focus, Hades, the AI hellbent on carrying out its programming and destroying life, detects that Aloy is a clone of Sobek, and therefore a major threat. He also meets my sweet boy Erend, who comes into play later. I love Erend so much. The
Erend's a good boy.
Are awesome. More like the Awesome Rom. You know what I'm talking about?
Nice.
That's right. The Oseram are like dwarves. They just drink and make shit, and I love them so much. Yeah. Long story short, Aloy wins the proving. Surprise, surprise. But as it finishes, a violent cult called the Eclipse ambushes and massacres most of the entrants. Their leader, Helis, is looking to find and kill Aloy, but just before he does the deed, Ross comes to her rescue. He saves her just before an explosion ends his life.
Oh my god.
And
Literally, just so mad. This scene made me so mad. I'm like, just give Aloy something. Just give her something.
Anything. Any stability, please. I beg of you. Oh, ridiculous. Yep. So he's dead. Big dead. Super less alive than he was. Once things settle down, Aloy confronts the High Matriarchs about her origins, and they lead her to the All-Mother. The All-Mother.
The All-Mother.
The All-Mother. You know what I'm talking about, eh? Which scans
Horizon
her.
Popeye Dawn.
Horizon Forbidden West Side. The AI scans her and deduces that she is Elizabeth Sobek. She cannot enter the cradle, however, as the data is corrupted. The matriarchs dub her a seeker and allow her to explore beyond the Nora reaches in order to learn more about herself. So if you get made a seeker, you can leave Nora Land and come back, which is exactly why Rost got outcasted.
Wow, so he just wasn't made a seeker. This could have all been avoided if he just said, hey, can I go outside and check shit out?
Can I be a seeker, please? Fucking crazy. So the game properly kicks in now for the third time during this podcast, and we go out into the open world.
Only an hour and 4 minutes in.
Right. Aloy's main path leads her to the city of Meridian. And Colton, can I make a quick reference, if you don't mind?
I know where you're going with it.
I'm on the road to Meridian City.
Oh, dude.
I meet my friends along the way.
When we eventually do a Pokemon anime series, I hope we're singing that the entire time.
I'm there. A massive settlement where she hopes to find Odin once again. Along the way, she destroys one of the old machines and gains the ability to use her spear to override certain machines taking control of them. Fun. Very fun. One of the coolest parts of the game.
Well, you knew it was coming up. They're machines. You know, that's a thing you should be able to do with all of them, you know, considering that...
Hack them, yeah.
Security measures and whatnot.
Genius move. Really good stuff. Good stuff.
Ted.
Good stuff. In Meridian, Aloy reunites with Eren, drunk because he has been very suddenly promoted to captain of the army. The pair work together to track down Olin, breaking into his house and learning about a location known as Rock Reef. When they get there, they find him, but 2 Faro bots have been revived. The voice of the man Silence, that was mentioned earlier, speaks to Aloy through the focus, telling her he knows who she is and disables the focuses worn by the Eclipse cultists. So he's like, hey, how you doing? I got a little, we can work together. You know? Here you go. Something like that. So Silence is just such a snake. He's just he's just always has an ulterior motive.
I hate characters like that because, like, I want to trust them because they've been around, but I'm just like, every fight or flight response in my head is freaking out at the very sight of him. Like, this is not good. He's not good. He is coming in at very convenient times. Like, no, go away. We got this.
Gotcha. Yeah. I mean, next time, like, that, like, we see her, Aloy interrogates Olin about the Eclipse and the rogue AI Hades. Olin tells her that he's seen a woman just like her at a place called Maker's End. So Maker's End is like a big deal. That's where we're kind of overall headed. Aloy and Eren save the city of Meridian real quick, and as it turns out, Maker's End is actually the ruins of the Faro Automated Solutions headquarters skyscraper.
Oh, yeah.
I wonder who could be there.
I love Tesla from hell.
Oh my god. After dealing with an enormous ancient robot restored by the Eclipse, Aloy clambers all the way up to the top of the structure where she witnesses the final meetings in Faro's office between him and Sobek. This is when you had to fight the Deathbringer. Oh my god, I hated that.
Oh my god. I gotta say, though, its design is so cool.
I mean, it is pretty sick, yeah. Octopus-looking ass motherfucker.
Yes, it's so... I love Doc Ock, man. Like, I
love Glock Ock.
Yeah.
It's hella guns.
Oh, yeah.
She learns about Project Zero Dawn and what happened to the old ones. After hearing this, Silence instructs Aloy to go to a place known as the Grave Horde, which is the ruins of the military building from which all of those Faro bots were. Aloy goes there and finds the Eclipse cult working to restore a Horus machine, or as she and her people know of it, the Metal Devil.
Ooh.
So cool.
Yeah. Metal Devil is going to be the name of my next D&D character. Like, just,
Metal Devil. It better be a bard.
it's gonna be a warforged, like a warforged warlock.
Nice. I love that. Aloy goes there and finds the Eclipse working to restore a Horus machine. These are the Faro machines that can produce more Faro machines, which are the ones that were made with horrible base security measures.
Oh, good. Just like a free antivirus. Just a free one would have been fine.
Anything. Aloy destroys a freshly made Deathbringer and goes on her way to the orbital launch base, which unfortunately resides beneath the city of Sunfall, a huge city ruled by the baddies in the Eclipse, the Shadow Karja, as they're called. But before going there, Aloy disables the Eclipse focus network, meaning they can't communicate with each other as effectively. That's true! Partway through the game, like, you were doing the stealth levels and killing them silently, and if they died, they're like, yo, come over here, like, you know, like, and would get mad people to one location, but once you do this, you're like, just like, death itself, just like, absolutely taking people out, like, super silently.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, this game, like, allows you both. You can stealth, you can go in bows blazing, I guess. But, you know, I love the stealth combat in this game, like, a lot.
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm always a stealth as optional kind of guy, but I really... I wonder why. Yeah, but I really did enjoy the sneaking around. I think, was it you that said this to me, where you said, like...
During our drunken evening with this game?
I love a sneaking around in tall grass kind of game.
Oh, can't see me grass. Yeah.
Was that you? That was you.
It was, because I'm playing Forbidden West right now.
Yeah.
Love a good can't see me grass.
Hell yeah.
I thought of another trope the other day and I didn't put it down on paper, so I'll always forget. Darn. Anyway, she heads down to the orbital launch base and discovers the Alpha Registry, data that lets Aloy has access to basically everything, which includes whatever lies behind the Allmother's door. However, before she can leave, the Eclipse find her, knock her out, and trap her in a cage above a fighting arena. So that was fun. This was a great, like, Attack of the Clones moment where you get, like, thrown into the arena with some, some thunder jaws, pretty much. Like, just, like, a lot of very large robots.
Oh, yeah.
She manages out of that situation with a helping hand from Silence. Aloy returns to the Nora tribe, and it turns out all of the Eclipse are attacking it with a corrupted Thunderjaw, which is just a T-Rex. It's a T-Rex. There's no other way to say it. Like, I don't know what animal that's supposed to be other than a fucking T-Rex. Like,
yeah, dude. They're walking rail cannons. Like, oh my god. Like, right. How do you deal with that?
She saves the day and finally returns to the Allmother, which lets her inside at last. Aloy learns about the first generation of new humans, but also learns she is a clone of Elizabeth Sobek, brought back to life in order to put a stop to Hades' plans by activating the override switch. Oof. So, everything she knows about her life is a lie.
Yep.
Like, holy shit, dude.
Isn't that a great fucking trope also? Oh,
yeah, my life is a lie, a great trope.
My life is a lie and I'm a clone of a life-saving scientist? Yeah, it's so good.
That's a deep trope. That's a little granular, but
we'll take it.
I'd be hard-pressed to find any other media where that works out. Despite the devastating news that she does not have a mother after all, Aloy continues her journey by heading to the main Zero Dawn facility, which was, of course, as we remember, blown to smithereens when Gaia sacrificed herself to prevent Hades going through with his plan. So, yeah, like, it's tough. Like, this section of the game, like, she's like, damn, everything I know about me is different than I thought it was. And everything I thought about me was already up in the air to begin with.
Yeah, man. It's just... it's so awful to have your life turned upside down. And that happened when Rost died. It's so even worse to have it turned upside down like 100 times harder and like a few days later.
Sure.
That's so terrible.
After going on a hero's journey, being like weary and tired and fighting.
Oh,
crazy.
God.
Among the ruins, Aloy learns about the final days of Project Zero Dawn and crucially finds the Gaia Master Override. She goes to Silence's workshop where he confesses to his involvement with Hades and the Eclipse. So Silence, who's been like sort of our like guy in the chair this whole game, is just like, sorry, I'm a bad guy.
Sorry, fuckface. Like, oh, God.
Sorry, I needed water so bad.
No, it's all good.
It transpires that Hades' plan is to use a massive tower to reawaken all of the dormant Faro robots. I know I brought up Breath of the Wild earlier, but you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Guardians energy right there.
Oh, yeah, for real.
The ones that caused the initial extinction to kill all life once again. Aloy heads to Meridian, where she and her allies get ready for the impending battle of Hades and the Eclipse. Their forces clash. Aloy takes down Helis, the man who almost killed her and did kill Ross at the beginning of the game. Revenge for my boy, motherfucker. Then uses Aloy using the Master Override to defeat Hades, putting a stop to his plans and shutting down all of those corrupted robots. Following this, Aloy travels to Elizabeth Sobek's final resting place to pay her respects. And that is when I fully wept at a video game.
Yeah, I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it for a second. Holy shit, dude.
Fully wept at that, actually.
It's beautiful. It's so beautiful. And it's so tragic. It's so fucking tragic. Ted Faro.
Ted fucking Faro.
Oh, God, I could murder. I'm like strangling my microphone. Ted fucking Faro, man. Like,
just imagining he's in front of me.
Yes, absolutely.
Ominously enough, Hades isn't gone, and the AI retreats into and is held inside a lantern by Silence, who speaks of finding the masters who awoke Hades. So, Silence once again, just after it all, just being a dick once again.
Now, Silence. Next time we go into the Horizon universe, we're gonna be doing Horizon Forbidden West, and the episode title is gonna be fucking Silence.
Fucking Silence. Yes, indeed. We can even make Frozen Wilds its own episode. It's a little short, but you know.
We'll make it its own episode. That'd be fun. That'd be fun.
I like it. So yeah, I mean, so that is really where the game ends. You really don't get that scene with Silence until the game is over. And so, like, you hear Aloy just like looking up out at like the world like that she just saved, and you hear Elizabeth Sobek like talking to Gaia for the last time.
It's so awful. It's so, because it's just the whole undertone of this game is knowing how utterly avoidable all of this shit was. And just,
God,
it just made me so mad all of the time. And I'm just like, fuck, dude. Like, dude.
It's obscene. It really is like one of like it, and it goes to show that like even when faced with extinction, there is this section of humanity, there is this decision-making process that will still seek profit, you know, wants to be king of the ashes, basically.
Yeah. And just why at every possible point do you have to be a chode? Like, I just don't get it.
Sorry. I'm sorry. I wasn't expecting that one.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, just...
yeah, every point, every pass. Fucking Ted fucking Faro.
Ted fucking Faro is all we have to say on the matter.
Yeah, it's a cautionary tale, man. It's really but it's also a tale about how humanity will survive as long as it has resources. That's the whole point.
As Jeff Goldblum once famously said, life
finds
a way, man. It finds a way.
I love you for that. It's true. The world, we only get one, and we only get so many people that are committed to making it better. So those are the people that deserve the good graces of our, collective governments and the support of our working people and those people that would seek profit over people's lives.
Agreed.
Are out there. They're out there doing things for our societies right now and are actively making it a worse place. And I think that is what the dichotomy between Ted Faro and Elizabeth Sobek is really all about.
Yeah, and it's just there's always going to be, and unfortunately, in most of these situations, the person with the worst intentions is the one that realizes their shit for some reason. And it's up to the people at the bottom to fix it, and that's what this game is fucking telling us.
Yeah. Let me talk about Aloy for a second, real quick. An amazing protagonist.
Oh, of course.
An amazing protagonist. Fuck anything else. On a purely narrative level, Ashley Birch's performance and the importance to the world, the just the sheer amount of access that she has to the world more than anyone else makes her just an intensely interesting character. And as I've been playing Forbidden West, and I was talking to my friend Julia, who said that Aloy has sexual tension with every single character in this game and is interested in none of them.
Yes.
So it's perfect. It is literally almost close to a perfect video game for me, man.
It is very true. And I love Aloy in she's a very cut the shit kind of character. And a very I can't believe y'all did this. I can't believe you did all this. What is this rules? Who gives a shit about the rules? We're all dying. What she's the screaming scientist in the background. And she's the screaming scientist that she was cloned from.
Exactly.
But also a Viking. And I'm just yes, I'm here for it. A steel Viking. Let's go.
Can also craft arrows on the run, stuff like that. Yes. Is out there climbing the climb strength on this woman. I've never seen anything like it.
Woman could roll up a cast iron pan. It's ridiculous.
I've never heard that one before.
Really? You've never heard that?
That's really funny, actually. No, I haven't.
She can roll it up like a pizza box. It's fucking awful.
Yeah. No, 100%. I love her, man. I think she's great. Obviously, she's super fucking hot. That's beside the point. That's the cherry on top. That's the cherry on top. And I really loved the armor system in the game. You could buy different armors that did different things, that had better stats in certain things. Armors would be sneakier or would give you more traps or whatever,
Yeah.
I love that. And you had different looks and different things for different situations. The coils and upgrades that you could put on weapons. Really cool stuff. Really, even from a gaming side quests, on side quests, on side quests, on side quests. Unbelievable. So much time.
Man. There were so many, but they were so good. All of the, this game felt like none of the side quests were a chore. You know what I mean? They were always fun.
I agree 100%. I really do. Yeah, and you had narrative ones. You had ones that deepened your bonds with the characters that you were already familiar with. There were random fucking people out in the world to help. There were challenges.
There were silly ones too. The silly ones were fun.
Yeah, still so. And I think that it still it continues in Forbidden West. I'll have to agree. But yeah, I play the game. There's nothing else to say but play the game.
Yeah, and we'll hit you back with Forbidden West once we're both done with it.
Yeah, we could maybe we do the first 10 minutes of the Forbidden West episode is Forbidden Wilds, because it kind of Frozen Wilds, excuse me, because it kind of bridges, kind of the Rogue One that kind of bridges one story into the next.
All right, we could do that. Hell yeah.
Then we talk about how Gaia got her groove back, you know. But yeah,
Gaia's new groove.
Yeah, dude. I mean, boom, baby. It's a whole new world out there, and Aloy saved it. She made it happen.
Absolutely.
And I think her clone mom would be proud.
Oh God, I hope Elizabeth Sobek is just chucking rocks at Ted Faro for eternity.
That's her eternal reward.
Absolutely. Just stoning him for eternity.
All right. Well, I think that about does it for me, unless you have any other closing thoughts.
Nah, I think we're good on that. We should definitely. I kind of want to go play Forbidden West. Like, I kind of really want to do it. Yeah, I think I might go get it.
Honestly, you know everything you need to know at this point. You know everything you need to know.
I'm a pop-up Steve.
Yeah, dude. Baby. Listen, just go do it. Tell me everything about it. I'm currently in the trenches. I'm in the trenches right now. I'm like level 30 something.
Oh hell yeah!
I've got a lot of the trees taken care of, a lot of the upgrades. It's so much fun, no matter what your playstyle is, no matter what your preference is, unless it's like not single player. This is a very single player experience. There is no way to incorporate other people other than forcing them to sit there and watch this cinematic masterpiece.
Do what we did and get 8 Domino's pizzas and 20 cheesy roll-ups, and then what else was it? There was 8 something else. We got another like ham. We got like slices of ham.
Ham slices. Important to note that it was garnished with French fries.
Yes,
thank you very
fries. We went to McDonald's. And remember, they made us pull over into a parking lot.
There was too many fries. Yeah. Yep, and we played an entire video game meant to take over like 50 hours in like 6.
We took a whole night and just shotgunned that whole game.
Oh my god, it's a fond memory.
Absolutely.
Let's do that again sometime soon, but with like decidedly less food because we're old.
Yes. We'll get a whole Pizza Hut pizza. We'll split
one entire pizza. Perfect.
Absolutely.
Oh my god. So yeah, plugs, please come to Z4 Arts and ask for Horizon Zero Dawn art. Please, I would love to do this, to draw it for you. I would be delighted.
Hell yeah.
Please pop over to Instagram, come into my DMs, ask for something. I'll give it to you.
I just found my Apple Pencil again, so I can start drawing again. So I'm very, very excited about that. Also, for plugs, come through twitch.tv/CEZ special. I am currently going through a playthrough of 007 Nightfire, and it is exactly as bad as I remember, and it is so much fun. I'm having a blast with that fucking game, so come through and hang out. It's ridiculous. So I hope you guys
so bad
enjoy
it's
it.
good. It's so bad it's good.
It's so British. It's so British. It's so British and so dumb. Like it's exactly as dumb as you remember James Bond being.
Sure. I learned a crazy James Bond fact today. Can I share?
Oh, really? Yeah, please.
Right. So, how does James Bond order his martini, Colton?
Shaken, not stirred.
Right. Do you know the reason why?
Why?
Because he's trying to not get drunk.
Really?
Come with me on a second.
Okay.
If you stir the martini, the ice, the alcohol, and the water all get mixed together. However, water has a different density than vodka. So if you put it in a shaker, I don't know if you've ever seen somebody shake a drink, they kind of like hold it at like head level and like shake side to side. Because the water's of different density, it's going to just kind of take a surf on top of that vodka. And then when it's poured into the glass, the entire top section is going to be water. So he's really sipping on water, trying to not get drunk because he's a spy, but look like he's drinking.
Interesting. That's very interesting. I also had a whole thing about James Bond being the worst possible spy ever because everybody knows his name, everybody knows his face, they know where he is at all given fucking times. So how does anybody get caught by him?
Because he's not dead. That's why he's the best spy in the world.
But the best spy in the world is one you don't know.
Doesn't he do like disguises? I'm not very familiar with James.
No, he doesn't do disguises at all. He just goes coiffed suits.
What can you do?
Like,
You know?
he walks into a party with his own fucking face and everybody knows him. I'm like, what are you doing? He's the Duke Nukem of spies.
Anyway, you can also check me out on Twitch eventually at Uneasy, Uneazzee. Check me out soon. Love you guys.
Absolutely.
Thanks for this. This is a great topic.
Absolutely. All right, guys, take care. And, just watch out for giant metal giraffes. And if you find one, take a picture of it. Send it to my email.
Fuck capitalism.
Fuck capitalism. Fuck Ted Faro, very specifically.